Hello everyone, I hope you're all well. This is just a little bit of video. Obviously, it's been a couple of days now. I wasn't feeling too good, so that's why I'm not uploaded. So I do apologise for that. But it's just about the Liverpool Man United game. Obviously, we've all seen the result 2-all. Very disappointing to drop points. Obviously, it happened last season as well. We were flying top of the league, and then Man United come to Anfield, and then we drop points. It does annoy me with Man United. Like fair play, they did play well, but it annoys me how it's like their cup final, so they're always up for it. They always make it difficult, no matter how bad they're playing. But you do need to give them some credit for that, to be fair. One thing, obviously, that was obvious now, one thing they did tactically was they just kept attacking down our right hand side. They kept Bruno as like a wide kind of playmaker, sort of, in Dalot. So they would just double up on Trent all the time. Obviously, it worked perfectly. Teams will obviously identify Trent as a weakness because he doesn't tend to defend very well. His defensive work rate's very poor. I've said it in a previous video. If you actually watch Trent, like if the ball's going down our left hand side and their left winger makes a run into the box, like he doesn't track them. Like he's not interested in defending. Just really poor to see. So yeah, that's one thing I want to talk about actually about the game. Obviously, it's the main talking point. I don't like talking badly on people, but that was a disgraceful performance from Trent. He looked like he just did not care. And the fact Van Dijk, his captain, screamed at him 4 or 5 times and it didn't make a difference. Trent just looked like he'd rather be anywhere but playing. And for a local lad as well, come for the academy, trying to win the league, and you've got your biggest rivals come to Anfield, and you play like that, like you just don't care. Very, very poor. In my opinion, if he wants to leave, just say you want to leave. Like no one's going to begrudge you that. Obviously, it's Real Madrid. Only so many players get to experience playing for Real Madrid in their careers, especially British players as well. So if you want to go and experience that, just say it. Stop keeping it all behind closed doors. Obviously, he's entertaining the idea. Otherwise, Real Madrid wouldn't come in January to try and get him early. Obviously, they believe that they can get him on a free in the summer, but they just want to see if they can get him in January. Obviously, they're missing Carvajal for that terrible injury. So, yeah, there's obviously interest there. He's obviously communicating with Madrid that he's interested in that move. So if you are, just say it. Like no one's going to begrudge you of it. Um, but yeah, in my opinion, Slot's got to take a lot of blame as well. Obviously, he gets a lot of praise. I like Slot. I think he's been a fantastic appointment, but he does need to get some criticism for that because how you Trent stayed on the pitch for 85 minutes is, yeah, I don't know how that was a thing. If I was coaching and I saw one of my players perform like that, they'd be off. Yeah, I don't know how he's done on the pitch for so long. Obviously, at 2-1, Trent obviously did deliver that cross for the penalty. So fair enough, he made an impact there. But as soon as it's 2-1, surely you've got to say, just get this guy off. He's a liability defensively. Bring on Bradley, short up a little bit. Could have brought on Endo as well. We're a bit open in midfield. Whatever you think about Endo, obviously he puts in a shift and he's very good defensively, breaks up the play very well. So just bring those two on, just take the 2-1. You don't have to push for another goal or anything. We've already got very good goal difference. But no, it kept them on. Obviously, Trent, again, obviously the second goal, Kanate was the one who was at right back, but Trent just doesn't look like he cares. He just fills in at centre back and he's in the perfect position to intercept it, but then he just keeps going, the ball goes past him and yeah, knocks it in. So yeah, very disappointing. I thought, as I said, disgraceful from Trent. I don't like talking bad about people, but that needs to be called out because that was absolutely ridiculous. Robertson as well for that second goal. He's touched tight to Diallo. For whatever reason, he decides to take 2 or 3 steps towards his own goal just before the ball is delivered, and it gives Diallo that little bit of space to obviously get the shot away, and they score from it. Robertson's been very poor this season. That was something else I wanted to talk about. So I saw a quote from not Arnold, sorry, Arne Slot's press conference. I think it was from today, and he was talking about. Well, he got asked if there was any potential moves in January, and it's the same old with Liverpool. Oh, if something comes up in the market that looks interesting, we might go for it. Blah blah blah. It's like we're top of the league. We're one of the biggest clubs in the world. Made a profit in the summer, and we act as if we've got no money, and we're some championship team that needs to kind of be opportunistic and see if the right thing pops up. It's like no, like if you identify something that needs strengthened, you go and strengthen it. Like there's no kind of excuses. FFP is not a thing with Liverpool because obviously we barely spend anything. Our net spends not even that big. So yeah, he's pretty much said if something comes up, we might go for it. So in other words, he's been told he's not making any signings. So yeah, but my opinion, need a left back. Obviously, I mentioned Robertson there. In my opinion, Robertson needs to be in the Simicast role, where he comes on, makes an impact in some games, starts a couple games if needed. We need to bring in a new left back, in my opinion. Get rid of Simicast. I like Simicast, don't get me wrong, but he's not to the standard. I don't think. I don't think you can rely on him. We need a centre back as well. Obviously, we've got Van Dijk, Kanate, brilliant partnership. Got Joe Gomez as well, who I rate highly, but obviously he can be used to fill in at left and right back. So, in my opinion, you just need another centre back to be able to cover in that position. Who's just purely a centre back. Obviously, you've got Kwanzaa, but he is still very young. I don't know if Van Dijk got injured. I don't know if you'd rely on a Kwanzaa Kanate partnership. I don't think that would go very well, in my opinion. Need a CDM as well to cover for Gravenberch because obviously he's playing a lot of minutes, and if we get an injury to him, we're going to be in trouble because obviously Slot doesn't really rate Endo. You can tell by the amount of minutes he gets, so we do need someone in there. Obviously, they identified Zubamendi as someone they'd be interested in. He rejected us because he wants to stay at Sociedad. Fair enough. But there has been reports coming out saying that he kind of regrets that and he would be open to move. So if that is the case, he's got the release clause, just go and pay it and just bring him in. I don't know if it's an ego thing where it's like, oh, he's rejected us, so we're not going to go back in for him. But if it's the case that he is available, just go and get him. Slots identified him. He identifies that he fits in his system. It's someone he's interested in, so just go and get him. I don't know what they're kind of waiting on there. And then the last kind of bit of business I would do personally, I know obviously it's a lot to do in January, but if you could get a decent amount for Nunez, just move him on. And then you've got someone like Marmoush, who's apparently potentially going to Man City. You've got him who can play wide or through the middle. Obviously, we like players like that who are versatile, interchangeable. Gakpo can play in the middle or out wide. Diaz can play in the middle or out wide. We like those kind of players. Chiesa as well, obviously not fit, but he can play in the middle as well, or he can play either side. So he would fit in that kind of style. Or you've got obviously Isaac as well. Apparently we might be interested in, but apparently they want like 150 million for him, which is Liverpool, so it's not going to happen. And then you've got people like Gyökeres. Thing is, I've seen us linked with Thuram, and then obviously Gyökeres as well. The only thing is with them, I think they're both about 27, so it might be out the kind of age bracket Liverpool would normally go for. So that's the only thing with them, but they would both be fantastic signings, to be fair. But that's the thing, if you can move Nunes on for a decent amount and get someone in like that, just do it. Like, we've got Forest coming up, and if they beat us, they're only 3 points behind. Obviously, we've got a game in hand, but we're not even guaranteed to win that game away at Goodison. So if you've got the chance to strengthen, just do it. Like, it happened last season. We were talking about a quadruple. Obviously, we fell off in the league. We just tired legs. Klopp had to play a lot of youngsters. Yeah, we kind of just fell off. We only won the League Cup in the end. And that could happen this season. We could win nothing. Like, fair enough, the first half of the season we've been brilliant. But all it takes is one or two losses. Like, Arsenal could come to Anfield, beat us. We could go away to Etihad and lose. And there's the advantage gone. And then anything can happen from there. So, yeah, in my opinion, you need to strengthen 100%. Just one thing on the left back situation. I have seen Bournemouth have just signed a young Argentinian left back. So obviously that opens up a potential move for Kerkez. He'd be a fantastic signing in my opinion. He reminds me of a younger Robertson, very attacking, very direct, can get you a goal or two, but obviously his work rate's very high as well, so he gets back and covers very well. So he'd be a fantastic signing in my opinion. And there's a lot of left backs available in world football at the moment. You've got Alphonso Davies. He's a free in the summer, so you could potentially obviously get him on a pre-contract. You've got Nuno Mendes from PSG. He's open to leaving PSG. He's not going to extend his contract. So there's another one. There's just 3 left backs named already. Obviously, he's a bit outside the age range, but you've got Anthony Robinson. Apparently, he said he would be interested in Liverpool, which I would believe. And he's been fantastic this season, probably Fulham's best player. So it's like there's 4 left backs you can go for. But we're fed this kind of thing of, oh, if the right person pops up, we might go for them. It's like we've been waiting for the perfect CDM for about 5 years. Obviously, Klopp wanted Tchouaméni. He spoke to Tchouaméni. Tchouaméni seemed interested, but I don't know. The whole story is that he just chose Real Madrid, but I wouldn't be surprised if FSG just told Klopp he's not getting him. But yeah, that was just some of my thoughts anyway. I'd love to hear yours down below, and I'll catch you next one.